Hi, how are you? Today is Friday, November 11th. Privacy experts fear Donald Trump running global surveillance network. Concerns raised that the current USA and UK surveillance system is ripe for further abuse under an autocratic, power-obsessed president. The NSA, Obama's approach has been to offer a modicum of transparency, much of it forced on him by the courts, in place of reform. Privacy activists, human rights campaigners, and former U.S. security officials have expressed fears over the prospect of Donald Trump controlling the vast global U.S. and UK surveillance network. They criticized Barack Obama's administration for being too complicit after the 2013 revelations by the NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden and making only modest concessions to privacy concerns rather than carrying out major legislative changes. The concern comes after Snowden dismissed fears for his safety if Trump, who called him a spy who has caused great damage in the US, was to strike a deal with Vladimir Putin to have him extradited. Snowden, in a video link up from Moscow with a Netherlands-based tech company on Thursday, said it would be crazy to dismiss the prospect of Trump doing a deal, but if personal safety was a major concern for him, he would not have leaked the top-secret document in the first place. Snowden, wanted by the U.S. on charges under the Espionage Act, found asylum in Russia in 2013, but his visa is due to expire in July. Privacy and human rights campaigners in the West and the UK say a Trump presidency will tip the balance between surveillance and privacy decisively towards the former. The UK surveillance agency GCHQ is so tied up with American NSA, often doing work on this behalf, it could find itself facing a series of ethical dilemmas. On the campaign trail, Trump made an ambiguous remark about wishing they had access to surveillance powers. "I wish I had the power," he said while talking about the hack of the Democratic National Committee emails. "Man, that would be power." Although Obama's administration introduced a few modest concessions to the privacy law following Snowden's revelation, he left the rest of the surveillance apparatus untouched. His approach has been to offer a modicum of transparency, much of it forced on him by the courts in the place of reform. The White House, which would not comment for this story, has no evidence regrets about that approach. The administration believes it has set an appropriate balance between intelligence authorities and civil liberties, and expresses confidence in the intelligence professionals who will continue to serve in the NSA and FBI under Trump to act responsibly. But others are less convinced. There have been some people who were complacent about things like drone killings of US civilians and the mass surveillance under Obama because they trusted him. That willful negligence on their parts is about to come back and possibly bite all of us in the ass, said Nikki Mario, the executive director of the Calyx Institute, a technology-focused research group that promotes encryption tools. Ben Wisner, Snowden's lawyer who worked for the American Civil Liberties Union, said, "The danger of the aggregation of executive power we have seen over the last decade in that we might have an executive who is not worthy of that trust. This has been a trend in the US, but there has been a weakening of constitutional oversight during the growth of the national security state. I think many Americans are waking up to the fact we have created a president that is too powerful." John Napier Tai, a former State Department official who became a reluctant whistleblower in the 2014 warning of NSA dragnet, said Obama and Bush could have set the best possible privacy protections in place, but the trouble is it's all set by executive order, not statute. So Trump could revise the executive order as he pleases, and since it's all done in secret, unless you have someone willing to break the law to tell you that it happened, it's not clear the public will ever learn it did. Consider that even now, the American people still do not know how much that on US person the NSA actually collects. Thomas Drake, an NSA whistleblower who predicted Snowden, offered an equally bleak assessment. He said, "The electronic infrastructure is fully in place and the ex post facto legalized by Congress and executive order and ripe for further abuse under an autocratic power-obsessed president. History is just not kindled here. Trump leans quite autocratic. The temptations to use secret NSA surveillance powers, some still not fully revealed, will present themselves to him as sirens. On a specific surveillance measure Trump proposed on the campaign trail was surveilling mosques and keeping a database of Muslims, and the grave concern we have is that his rhetoric is going to be perceived in some corner in the green light for unauthorized surveillance activities. Our concern is not just about the NSA, but also the FBI. The FBI doesn't exactly have a great recovery over the last 15 years, said Farhana Kira, the president and executive director of the US-based civil rights group Muslim Advocates. The next flashpoint over the NSA's powers will come late in 2017, when a major surveillance law permitting collection of Americans' international communications is set for expiration. The legal basis of the NSA PRISM program, which siphons information from the technology giants the UK government has made, having fierce concessions to privacy companies than the US. The UK Parliament has passed the Investigatory Powers Bill, due to receive royal assent shortly, that basically legalizes the illegal activities exposed by Snowden. Even in Germany, where public support for the Snowden is all this highest, Parliament last month approved legislation that ostensibly increases oversight of intelligence agents, but which privacy companies claim expand their powers. Jean Killock, executive director of the UK-based Open Rights Group, said the NSA and GCHQ worked closely together, given that the agencies' operations are nearly indistinguishable. It makes it incredibly hard for the UK to resist using our resources for risky endeavors or even human rights abuses. Trump's election, although to remove the complacency MEPS has been suffering from. Carly Nist, a UK-based human rights lawyer, said the British people should be especially worried the NSA and GCHQ act so closely and intelligence is shared so fulsomely that any increase in surveillance under Trump will undeniably touch upon the privacy of the Britain's communication. According to the document released by Snowden, now years out of date as technological advancement has developed, the NSA vacuums 5 p.m. daily records just of cell phone location. In April 2011, it was collection an average of 194 meters text message every day. Through its partnership with Britain's CGHQ, it has access to, among other things, webcam imagery, including pornography material. GCHQ collected such imagery from 1.8 million Yahoo users in a 6-month period in 2008. Sorry. Incredible, no? Thank you very much to watch my new video. If you want to learn English or only the conversation classes, come here, Class Particular de Idiomas or by Skype. Give a like on my video, please, under my page. Okay? Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye. Good weekend.